Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to this episode of Rock Talk with Rick. Like usual, hanging out in the King of the Attic studio. Tonight I'm hanging out with the Maeve Nav Duo. Come on, yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Come on, yeah. Come on, yeah. There we go.
That's D-U-E-L.
There we go. You know, I want to make sure that they're making some noise for you.
Lots of noise.
Right, hey. We think we let them in here for nothing?
We're loving it, Rick. Thank you.
You know? So what's up with you guys?
Well, we're keeping busy. We're playing a lot, and we've been doing having a lot of fun, actually.
2 years now?
It's about 2 years.
2 years now. But
Yeah.
who's counting? And our first gig was where and when?
Oh, my goodness. You're really putting me on the spot
I know.
here. I think that it was potentially after COVID. Was that our first gig?
COVID?
After COVID? Is that how you guys
And
formed?
it was, yeah. That's our new band name, After COVID.
After COVID. Yeah. Great name.
But we were asked to do something like 3 days after it opened.
That's right.
And so we were at Hansberger Winery.
Hansberger
And we
Winery.
played 2 nights in a row.
Outside on the patio.
And I remember looking out when we were singing one song, and people were crying. It was the bizarrest feeling because everybody was so happy to see live music.
Again.
Yeah, it was. So that was our first
Yes,
time,
that's it. There you go.
sort of
So you guys have been
Playing.
doing this as a duo for 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
approximately, yeah.
Yes.
what kind of material? Now, like for my audience that has never seen you,
Mm-hmm.
right? What kind of material do you do?
Soul, blues, jazz.
Yeah, a little bit of everything that
Is this
showcases it.
original?
Yeah.
Originals.
All original.
Not all
Not all
original.
original?
No.
Covers.
What would you say in a percentage of what would be you're showing a night?
We'd probably be playing maybe 2 or 3 originals in a night.
Oh,
Sometimes
Yeah.
depends on the venue, but
Yeah.
2 to 3.
We've also done original shows. So we've done songwriters series events where you play only originals. And we've had I've had some opportunities to go and play just a whole show of originals by myself.
by yourself.
But yeah, we have a lot of originals.
And
really.
Is there
Really
like an
enjoy.
album in the works or?
I did go myself to do an album with Dean Malton.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
And
Did he engineer it? Or
yes, and
produce it or what?
it was an EP, and I got to work with some incredible musicians there.
Cool.
And that was when Nav and I were just beginning to kind of meet together. And he's the one that was like, you got to start playing some more of your originals. So it started really with us doing ghost tracks
Ghost tracks.
in
In
your
my place,
basement.
right.
And then it just kind of morphed into an EP.
Garage band.
Yeah,
But it works, right?
Yes.
of course it does. Nav works with everybody.
I know.
Okay? So
Everybody.
you know
Right.
that if you're going to hang out with Nav,
Uh.
he's going to start polishing and peeling off layers, and you're going to come out shining.
Yeah. And that's what you
Nav.
want, though. He's giving all that wisdom, right? He's been around, man.
I've been around.
You've
around.
beat a few roads, right?
Yeah, 60 years at it now.
Yeah.
Almost 6
Yeah,
decades.
you deserve. He deserves that. Yeah, man.
It's
You know,
all good.
you've kicked that can around a bit.
All over New York State, Ohio, and Southern Ontario. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be at wineries, and people will come up to us.
It must be a trip, eh?
And honestly, they'll just start talking to Nav. And they'll be saying, he'll say something about, I'm from like Niagara Falls, New York. I've played some. I remember you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens quite frequently.
Well, that's a good thing, though,
people going over the border to have a good time, and there's
because
the ants.
you know, and I know. I've known a lot of people once the situation hit. I call it the situation.
Yeah.
They just gave up. They stopped.
Mm.
Stopped playing. And then a couple of years went by, couldn't start up again. It's a shame.
I was
Never
just,
stop, man.
I was just talking to somebody
So
about starting
never
a band.
stop. Never stop.
It's hard to start a band from scratch.
Oh, big time.
Really hard.
I'm doing it now,
Right.
and I'm having a problem.
Well, the chemistry is something that's always a factor.
Yeah.
And you're going to go through different drummers,
Yeah.
different bass players, different guitar
No, I have
players.
a drummer,
Yeah.
and I'm a bass player. We're just
Yeah.
looking for a singer
Yeah.
and another guitar player. But the stuff we're going to be doing is a little bit more, a little bit heavier and stuff. But to find those people you can get along with
Yeah.
are not fun. You guys obviously get along.
I think so.
We get along
Well,
tremendously.
Nav
Yes.
hasn't shown up with a black eye yet, so we're pretty cool on that front,
And
right?
neither have I.
Yeah. Oh, goes both ways. Eh? It goes both ways.
right.
these
It's
days.
not Ricky and Lucy.
No,
No,
that's
it's
good.
really
That's good.
not.
Yeah, that's
we
good.
have a lot of fun.
That's good.
And Nav, even though he is very well rehearsed and experienced, treats me like an equal. And that isn't always the case. And
Hey, come on,
honestly,
give it
that
up for
is
Nav.
huge.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, I guess. You know, and you teach. You
I
teach, right?
I've been teaching since I was in grade 10 and haven't stopped
Well, that
since.
was a few years
A
now.
few years back. Actually, back in high school, it was a school music program came to the high school. I was at Bishop Duffy in Niagara Falls, New York, and they shipped in around 5 or 6 cases of guitars. And a guy came in there and says, "We need someone to teach this as group lessons." I said, "Group lessons?" And that's how I started off teaching group lessons, like 12 kids at a time.
Really? And you're still doing it to this
Still
day?
doing it, but
But
not
you
12 kids
you
at
do
a time.
just private now, right?
Private lessons, and a lot of my students are now teachers, like Spencer McKenzie, Bryce Moore. They're all taking on the the next generation of students, and I have some amazing students like 12 years old coming along.
Wow, thank you
that-
very much
Yep,
for.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Nav is keeping the next generation rolling. People, it's keeping it rolling, right?
I
on.
had great teachers from day one. Yep.
So you
Awesome.
must be getting some of that experience, that wisdom must rub off on you, right?
Well, what I like about working with Nav is that not only is he always positive, even when, maybe I'm not having the best night.
That
he
day's
just
not
keeps-
that great that
He
day,
keeps
right?
on playing, and he forces me to, come on, let's go.
Well, you're there now to
So-
perform. So my thing
Yeah.
was always no matter what happened during the day, once I hit the stage, and those problems seem to disappear. Because you got to concentrate on the now, what's happening at the time, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
turn that frown around and go, eh?
Yeah, and I think what's neat is that I think when we first started meeting together, he would say, you need to be open to what the universe is bringing you. And it was kind of ironic, and Anne-Marie and I, my friend who's now in Edmonton, we did the Niagara Loves Home concert.
Yeah, that was a great
together.
little thing you had going there.
We did the whole album cover, and we went out. Actually, Spencer is holding the scarf in one of our in one of my shots because his girlfriend at the time was our photographer, and we decided to throw this giant scarf into the sky, and the album cover is this scarf that I'm looking up at, and I said to Anne-Marie, I said, this reminds me of Nav saying, be open to what the universe is bringing to you.
Hey, he's like mystical. They all mystical now.
That's
Hey,
There you go. That's true.
now that's good though.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
It is
you know,
true.
Yep, it is
hey,
true.
Positive is always better
Yep.
than negative.
That's all for
Right?
sure. For sure.
Well, we don't like negative people around us either.
Negative energy.
Sorry, go
Nope.
take that stuff
Yep,
away.
yep.
Okay, if you're not positive and trying to move in that direction, you're wasting my time.
And her voice heals, and music heals, and that's what's
She's
the
got
next
some
thing.
chops, does she?
Amazing, amazing,
Really?
and never a bad night. Never a bad
Really?
night. Yep, that's what I
So
love about her.
nobody's throwing fruit these days.
No.
If they are, I'm going to catch it.
Oh,
She
Tell
needs
them to throw the
bananas
green-
for potassium.
The green stuff that
Yeah,
crinkles up.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw that all you want,
It's
kids.
all good.
Anything else you want to talk about while I got you here tonight?
Well, just what's going on, how positive the music scene is again,
In
because
Niagara or
Yeah.
all of Southern Ontario, it's just amazing to see how many musicians,
coming back?
how many are going back into the venues. There are more wineries than you can ever imagine that are focusing
Great
on
for solos
entertainment.
and duos, eh?
And that's the whole thing. Some of them like the solos, some of them like the duos, some of them are doing like the 4-piece bands, depending upon their stages, their venues. There's just always different things.
Yeah.
I'm not one to do solo. I've never been a solo entertainer. And I think that's the nice thing about being a duo. We keep it simple. and it works. Sometimes she's playing more guitar. Sometimes I might switch off her to bass. And then when we go three-piece, we add on a keyboard player with John Carlo. And then we go four-piece, we add on, and we become Maeve and the Mystics with John Maltari. John Maltari.
That one jumped out of there, Maeve? Oh, wow. Get top billing there. That's great.
He's the one that came up with it.
I love it.
It works.
I know you'd love it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Hey, see, my name first. Yeah, I love it. Yes.
Well, at first I was like, why don't we just go with the Mystics? And he's like, nope, it's going to be Maeve and the Mystics.
Oh, that sounds good. It's a great name.
And some of our first gigs were right down in Niagara Falls there, and the mist is coming up, and I'm like, Nav, you're on to something here.
Yep.
So we have a lot of fun.
So anybody you want to say anything to tonight?
Well, all the other bands that we share the stage with, and how many bands I've been in over the past 60 years, and sometimes we get back together. I'm getting back together with my band from high school.
Which band? Name
They were called Beginnings.
Okay.
So we were Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Lighthouse with 8 guys back then.
Who's in it? You can name them.
I can name them all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boy. That's
Can ya?
Cat's on bass, Mario's on drums, Bob's on keyboards, Chris on vocals, Vonik on percussion, Tony on saxophone, Phil on trumpet, and Nav. And we've booked 4 jobs in Lewiston at a place called Stone House, and we'll be doing 2 sets for the night.
Any Ontario dates?
No Ontario gigs because I think one of the guys doesn't have a passport.
Oh, it doesn't have a passport.
But that's all good. And then
it's all right. It's all right.
Soul Jam is still working a little bit more.
Right on.
We love it.
Thank
you.
Any people you want to shout out to?
Shout out?
Yeah.
My parents.
Your parents. There you go.
My sister.
Okay.
Sisters, my brothers, and all the students that I've been teaching that are inspired to come for lessons. A lot of sacrifice on parents driving long distances.
Yes.
And I do hour lessons, and some of them they go over because you're just enjoying it. And I know that's something that Spencer said, yeah, it's nice when you get a student that loves being there and the time flies by. And
That's
it's the same thing
exactly
with Bryce. And a lot of times we share students because you can bring a student so far. And then there's certain things that another teacher might be able to do. Elton Lammy, an amazing teacher that brought a lot of people up to the standards right now. And I have a few students touring Waylon Glincy's with a band called The Talk. They just won Juno New Band of the Year Award. And they've been opening up for the Foo Fighters, Shania Twain. And who else can I shout out to? Like, there's just so many. It goes on and on. But all the local bars and restaurants in Crystal Beach and Southern Ontario that are just opening the doors to so many good groups. Like, Thomas Nelson's out with his bands all the time, and Rick Taylor's a new name in the area, playing a lot of things. And then we do have another event coming up June 8th, if I can just give a little plug to
go ahead.
Last Chance Horse and Pony Rescue has their 9th annual Rock and Rescue.
And that's June 8th.
June 8th.
Saturday, June 8th?
Saturday, June 8th. And we have a lineup of amazing people.
And where's this going to happen?
At the Crystal Ridge Community Center.
Okay, in Crystal Beach.
And Rob will be doing sound, Rob Robbins.
Okay.
And we've got everybody from, Johnny Cash and Fordos and Pam. And Maeve and the Mystics will be there. Some of our students will be there. Yeah. And just...
I think you got a trio.
Spencer's coming with Max. And we're going to be closing the show. And I know there's Tim Heber's coming in to do, he does a tribute with Johnny Cash and them. So if you're interested in coming out June 8th, that's the place to be.
Saturday, June 8th.
And it's always a great event.
There you go. Mark that on your calendar. We'll get this show aired by then for you.
Love it. Love it.
We'll get it aired up for you. I like helping these, especially when people got important dates like that.
Yes.
We have tendency to move stuff around here in Rock Talk with Rick, and it's our prerogative.
It's Rock
to do whatever.
Right? We're doing
right?
it. Right.
Right.
Right on.
Okay. Now we got to listen to the one and only herself.
Yes.
What do you got to say tonight?
We're going to play an original song.
Are you? First, do you want to say anything to anybody?
Well, I do appreciate all the people that I get to rub shoulders with in music. and even you folks tonight. Like, it's wonderful to meet new people.
It is,
and
isn't it?
I really enjoy hearing all these different stories that are out there.
It's cool.
But I honestly really feel like I have this new community of people around me because I really feel like it's only been the last few years that I've really gotten to know other musicians. And I don't know, I just love it.
Came out of that shell.
Like, the Niagara music people are really cool, and there's a lot of great music out there.
A lot of great people.
I love go watching people. Like, I go watch the Feed vs. Lemons or watch those.
But there's always a few. There's always
Tin
a
Roof.
few.
Tin Roof Duo. They are always great to me too. They're always like, "Wait, we can't play this gig. You want to do it?" JP Shalala.
Yeah.
Tons
great
Talk
people
JP.
get to know you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they get to understand what's
Yeah.
going on. So you guys are going to play for us tonight.
Yeah, we are.
What are you going to play?
We're gonna play an original song.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. When did you first hear this one? Do you remember?
Probably the first time I screwed up the second verse.
Nav, no, really?
When you walked on
You
water,
screwed
I
it
didn't
up.
go there the first time.
Edit.
That's so funny.
But
So I
yeah.
wrote it a while ago. I do write a ton of lyrics, so I just have like books that I write into all the time.
That's cool.
But this song was something that kind of had a different vibe at first. And then Nav and I were working together with it. And then it kind of morphed into a new meaning for me personally because my sister is a nurse manager. And during COVID,
Tough
my
job.
sister-in-law, and one of my best friends are all nurses. And I was seeing what they were going through.
Tough job.
And this song meant more, and I sort of have been dedicating it to nurses ever since. It's called Walking on Water.
I could see this makes you emotion.
Yeah.
And that's good, though.
Yeah.
When you write tunes and you're writing from the heart, you can't beat that.
And sometimes
nothing could beat that.
it's almost prophetic because you write, and then all of a sudden, like, that song actually has meaning later that you didn't know you had it in there.
Right.
But it was for later. Which
you know
is
what?
really cool.
I'm gonna vacate the stage. They're gonna reset, and we're
Okay.
gonna be back with the Maeve Nav Duo.
Thank
the
you so
Maeve
much.
Nav Duo.
Signing off. Signing off.
Maeve Nav, whatever.